Welcome to the MrpTech podcast. This is episode 20. My name is Matt, and this is a weekly podcast where I review multiple platforms and technologies to see which works best for me so that maybe I can help you. In today's episode, I'm going to get into a bunch of different things that I think are very important in regards to security and privacy for our data that we use every day on the internet. And one of the things that I'm going to talk about today is Facebook. Now, the reason the episode today is coming about is because I recently started looking into all of the apps that we connect to our Facebook account. Now, many of us may download an app or answer a questionnaire on Facebook, and we give these apps permission to access our data on Facebook. Now, some of these apps ask for very basic things, and some apps or questionnaires or quizzes that we take on Facebook to humor ourselves for a few minutes really might go just a little too far. So as I explored this, I started finding ways that we all should secure our Facebook account. So let me give you an example. And this example is a quiz that I took on Facebook that was entitled, Name Your Musical Key. Now, as a musician, of course, this is kind of fun to see what it would pick out. But as you look into this and ask for permission to access your data, this particular quiz asks for your friend list on Facebook, your relationship status, your birthday, your work history. It searches through status updates, your education history, all of your events that you have been to or created, your groups that you manage, what hometown you grew up in, what your interests are, the current city that you live in. It accesses your photos you're tagged in, your religious and political views, your videos that you've posted to Facebook. It has access to your website that you may have listed on your Facebook account. It reads through your personal description, all to tell you what your musical key is. Now, some apps even go as far as giving access to your microphone on your phone or your tablet device. Now, in certain cases, that's a good thing. For example, FaceTime or Skype. Of course, they're going to need access to your microphone. But as time goes on, more and more of these apps are collecting data. And why are they collecting data? Where is this data going? Why do they need all of this information? And even more importantly, what sort of access have I given these apps over many years of using Facebook? So I started wondering, is there a way that I can look up what access I've given to all of those apps or questionnaires or quizzes on Facebook? And there is. If you go into your Facebook settings and you look under apps, you can look at all the apps that you've logged in under. And I had over 60 different apps since I started using Facebook that I connected my account to. Now, some of them I use quite frequently, and others I've only used one time. But even if you use it one time, those companies or individuals that put out these questionnaires and collect this data can still collect data from your Facebook account. And big data is really important for these companies to make money in advertising and to sell you products. And some people don't mind that. But what happens if this is a malicious type of app that's collecting data on you and you might not even realize it at the time? Well, the good news is that you can actually go into these settings and you can control all of the access that you've given to these apps. So I deleted as many as I could that I wasn't using. And afterwards, I was left with about 15 apps that I use every single day. Now, one of the things that I wanted to start doing was I wanted to start educating myself on the things that I could do to secure my Facebook account. So as far as Facebook security is concerned, there really isn't a whole lot that is difficult to do to make your account just a little more secure than it needs to be. Or just a little bit more secure than it is right now, I should say. So if you take a few basic steps, you're never going to be 100% secure, but you can make it more secure than most. Now, let's talk about a few things that you can do in order to make your Facebook account secure. So the first thing everyone should do is set your account to private and only let your friends or people that you know be able to see your page. This is extremely important. The reason for that is because it makes your account a little bit more private. And if you can view your profile as other people view your profile, you can start to understand how someone who may have malicious intents can access information on your page to get more information about you. For instance, if you're looking at your Facebook page and your birthday is listed, anyone trying to get your information could call a credit card company or a bank, and if they're asked for your birthday information to validate your information, they can look on your Facebook page and see your birthday right there to validate it. And that's how identity theft happens. So, also, your hometown. You should not list your hometown on a Facebook page. Hide as much information as you can. Now, social media is great for sharing information with friends and such, but too much information on the internet can put you in a dangerous spot. You also want to make sure that you're browsing securely on Facebook. And what you can do is click on the security pane in your Facebook settings and make sure that secure browsing is enabled. This is an important feature that Facebook offers. You can also limit your access to your Facebook postings and make sure that anything that you post is only viewed by your friends and family. And make sure you know where you're being tagged and who can see those tags. All of this is available in the settings of Facebook. And another tip that many people forget about is going into those app settings and taking care of all of those apps and all of those questionnaires that we go through on Facebook and answer, and eliminating all of the stuff that we don't use. This is good to do once every few months to make sure that we don't forget about something that we've done recently. So another great step that you can do to take to secure your account is enabling login approvals or two-factor authentication. And what this does is that anytime that you log into Facebook on a different device or computer, you have to authenticate that it is you that is actually trying to log in. How this works, once you set it up, if you log into Facebook, it's going to pop in, after you type in your password, it will also pop up a screen where you need to enter a code. And you can enter this code, you can have it emailed or you can have it sent to your phone, and you type in that code just one time to make sure that it is actually you that is trying to log in. And this works great for emails. This works great for Facebook or social media sites. So two-factor authentication is very important to securing an account. Now, if you think that your account has been hacked somehow, there are steps that you can take to regain access to your account. The first thing, if you have access, change your password and change all of your passwords. You can do that right away and then run your antivirus software on your computers if you have it. If you feel you need to, again, change your passwords again after that. But there are some things to look out for in Facebook. Some people understand this, and there's a lot of people that don't understand this. Not everything that you see on Facebook is posted by your friends or family. For instance, if you are friends with someone on Facebook and you have a friend request from that same friend and you know that you're already friends with them, this is probably a fake account and they are searching for information. So by adding them as a friend, they can start working on accessing your account. And another recommendation is only click on links that you know for sure are safe links. If there's anything suspicious about a link in Facebook, do not click on that link. This is a phishing attempt, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to gain access to either your account or your machine, and this is so common, it's so difficult to detect and to be able to catch this in action that even more advanced users can sometimes almost fall for this type of trick. So make sure that you're protected by securing your account, enabling two-factor authentication, going through your apps, going through your security and privacy settings so that you can protect your information. Now, Facebook does a pretty good job of protecting that information. You can also do this for your Gmail accounts. Go through and see which apps you have approved for your Google apps. You can do this for other social media sites as well. But I think it's very important that people understand you cannot just give all of your information and put it online. By doing this and taking these few steps, you're going to save yourself a lot of misery in the future, and you can enjoy this technology and you can enjoy doing what you normally do online just by spending a few minutes to protect yourself in these situations. Now, one thing I've talked about a lot about in previous episodes is all of these companies that do collect data on you. And most of the time, the data collection is for research and trying to sell you something or trying to get you to purchase new products or leading you somewhere they want you to go, a website that they want you to go to, and gaining revenue that way, which is fine. That's how these companies make money. But the goal here isn't to take away from that aspect of data collection. The goal here is to stop unknown sources from collecting data on you and against your permission or against your will after you may have forgotten about it after a long period of time. So these are some things that I think are good for every Facebook user to know. There are more things that you can do to secure your account, but these are just some basic things. And it's always a good refresher to hear these things once in a while to protect yourself. If you've got any questions, you can send me an email, mrptechreviews@gmail.com. I'd be glad to help you out. You can also check out my Facebook page, MrpTechreviews. It's just facebook.com/mrptechreviews. And this is a weekly podcast, so I shoot for a Wednesday release. And I would love some ideas and some feedback. So if you're listening to these shows, there are a wide range of topics that I cover, from security and safety to operating system releases to information on tech news and anything else that comes to mind. So if you have an idea for a show that I can put together, I'd love to hear some feedback. Send me some feedback, and that's going to be it for this week. So I will see you next time.